This is definitely one of my top 3 favourite soups. You can eat it for breakfast, lunch or dinner. It's like a big warm hug in a bowl. Today, I'll show you how to make beef pho. To make a really good bowl of pho, you'll need a really good broth. We will start off with some beef bones, and you're going to need 1 kilogram of oxtail and 1 kilogram of just your normal beef bones. Get these into a large stock pot and cover with water. We are going to bring this up to the boil to remove any impurities and blood from the bones so our broth remains clear. This is an important step, so be sure not to skip this one. Once the water is rapidly boiling, let it go for about 5 minutes and you will see a heap of scum rise to the top. Turn off the heat and dump out the bones and water into a large sieve or colander in your sink. Rinse the bones under cold water and scrub away any leftover impurities that may be on the bones themselves. Make sure to clean your stock pot too, as we don't want any leftover scum lying around. Place the rinsed bones back into your clean stock pot along with 6 litres of cold water. Add in 1 kilogram of beef brisket and submerge. Slice a brown onion in half and add it to the pot. You can leave the skin on as it will give some flavour and colour to the broth. Bring this up to a boil and turn down the heat until you reach a slow simmer. You're looking for something like this. Take a spoon or ladle and skim off any impurities that rise to the surface. You will want to do this constantly for the next 15 minutes and then check throughout the cooking process. Dry roast 6 cloves, 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 black cardamom pods and 5 star anise in a fry pan until they're fragrant. Add these to your stock pot and return the pan to the stove on medium to low heat. Next, cut 150 grams of ginger into slices. Add a tiny amount of oil to said pan and place your ginger slices in. Turn these occasionally. The goal here is that we want these to blacken, but a slow process is the way to go as it will bring out the sweetness and be much more fragrant. Slice a brown onion into quarters and add to the pan with the ginger. We want to blacken this as well. If you're too afraid you will set off your smoke alarms, you can place these on a lined baking tray and place under the grill until they're blackened up real good. Next you'll want to scrape off the black exterior, remove and toss out the skins of the onions, and then add the ginger and garlic to your simmering stock, along with the white parts of 4 green onions and 1 root and stems of coriander or cilantro. Skim off any impurities that rise up to the surface as you go. Measure out 185 ml or 3/4 of a cup of fish sauce and 75 grams of yellow rock sugar and add these to your stock pot. Now this is going to slowly simmer for 3 hours. So while we're waiting for that, let's prep some of the toppings. Peel a half brown onion and finely slice. Add this to a bowl and then roughly cut about 6 stems of coriander or cilantro. Add to the bowl and mix to combine. If you like a bit of heat, thinly slice some bird's eye chilli and then cut the cheeks from a lime. Arrange these on a plate with a good handful of beansprouts and some freshly picked Thai Basil leaves. Cut off the white part from some green onions and slice in half lengthways. As this is a beef pho, we're going to want some raw beef to add to our bowl. Slice up some beef fillet super thin. To help with this, you can place the meat in the freezer for about 30 minutes to semi-freeze. A super sharp knife will also help. After 3 hours of simmering, remove the brisket from the pot and set aside. We will deal with this a bit later. Place a sieve over a bowl large enough to hold your stock and strain out all the bones and aromatics. Set this stock aside until it's serving time. You could also portion this up into containers and place into your fridge for a few days or in your freezer for up to 6 months. Slice the brisket across the grain and set aside. Cook some rice noodles to the packet instructions and add your stock back into a pot and bring it up to a simmer. Now, it's assembly time. Heat your bowls by pouring some boiling water into them, then dumping it out. Add your cooked noodles to the bottom of the bowl, a few slices of the cooked brisket, a good serving of the raw thinly sliced beef fillet, a whole piece of green onion that we sliced in half earlier, and then spoon over some of that delicious piping hot broth. You will see that the raw beef cooks before your eyes. Top with a small handful of the onion and coriander mixture, some Beansprouts, Thai Basil, a lime cheek, and some chillies if that's how you roll. Spoon some Hoisin sauce and Sriracha into tiny serving bowls and enjoy. I know, you're probably thinking, making my own stock? That seems hard. But really, it's so rewarding. Just look at this bowl of awesomeness. Serve it up with some Hoisin sauce, Sriracha chili on the side, lime wedge. It's absolutely amazing. If you like this one, drop a comment below, hit the like button, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you in the next one.